Reset button.
The Reset Button special episode. We're back. Episode 13. Tannen, welcome back to the Reset Button, man. It's kind of a sad week for me in gaming, and you, I'm sure. It is the last week of the Wii U's lifespan, production, whatever. This is it. It's ball game. But before we get into that, this special episode, a little tribute, whatnot, to the Wii U, because I think it's a highly underrated system. Tannen, I'm sure you agree. Tannen, welcome. Where can everyone catch you on Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff? And us, the Reset Button.
And every time I always fuck this up. Oh, Tannen's Bum at twitter.com.
Nailed it.
Is where you can catch me if I'm on there, but also our Facebook page. Definitely come at me. You can find me there. I'm Tannen. It is what it is. It's like Biff's last name. You'll find me really easily. I'm not named after that, but people believe it, so
I mean, if you would ever foray into the adult industry, you could be Stiff Tannen. See what I did? Yeah, I just thought of it. Yeah, it's a little late. Recording a little late as usual. Tannen, you got held up at the shop tonight, but shit happens, life happens. We are also recording this a few days late. A little whatever. Real life, guys. Give us a break. But thanks for listening, checking us out once again. But man, what can you say, Tannen? The Wii U launched 2012. It's going out with a complete bang. How could it go out any better? Let's be real. Breath of the Wild drops in a few days. We are on the cusp, Tannen, of the release of the Switch and all that goodness. Did the Wii U have a fucking chance out the gate, Tannen?
It did and it didn't. When the Wii U came out, I was actually living in Florida at the time and was very intrigued by the system. I remember going to GameStop. I played WarioWare for it. That was what they had on display. And I was really intrigued with the gamepad and its control interface and everything with that. Sadly, I actually did not acquire a Wii U until last Christmas, and I wanted it for all purity. I ended up playing it again at a Target on a display, and I played Super Mario Maker, and I was like, I have to have this. I have to be able to make my Mario levels. Like, Super Mario Maker is what ultimately sold me on the system. I really feel like they didn't market it correctly. And I feel their lack of marketing actually is what was their main downfall, even with outside developers. We've been talking about third-party kind of stuff. When I did get my Wii U, I did get for Christmas with it. Arkham Origins was a big thing for me to get with it. I had played it on the PS3. And then to be able to go back through that game, and I love that game, to be able to go back through it on the Wii U was really cool. I really did enjoy using the interface to scan crime scenes and things like that. But ultimately, it wasn't really their marketing. I think if they would have pushed Mario Kart more, you wouldn't sit down and watch a TV and see a commercial for Mario Kart 8 very often.
Right.
I think if they would have really pushed their advertising a little bit more people would have been turned on to it.
Yeah.
And more developers would have too. I really think their marketing is what screwed the system.
We don't know. I don't know, top of my head at least, what their marketing in Japan was like. I mean, that could be a whole other ball of wax. Yeah, I didn't. Go ahead, Dan.
I'm sorry, but just over here in the States, it lacked. And just another thing that On the Wii, I wasn't ever really too interested in the Virtual Console. The Wii U, though, opened up a whole new world for me with the Virtual Console.
Well, shit's also way more expensive now in the Wii U era. Let's be real. Back when like '06, shit was a little more reasonable retro-wise to pick up legit. You know, that may be a
It
big
was
thing.
you could pick up a cart of Contra 3 back in the Wii U era, a cartridge of it for the SNES for I think roughly $10 to $15.
Now,
Or during the Wii era, I mean, but the Wii U era, picking up a cartridge of Contra 3 is going to run you about, maybe $50 to $60.
oh wow, I would have said
Where
35, 40. So wow, that even steep on me.
it just depends on your source and how complete you want it to be.
Yeah,
But
pretty much.
uh, you can't hook a Super Nintendo up to a wireless thing with your HD TV. Whereas, like, I can sit down with this Wii U. I have a copy of Contra 3 on my Wii U, and I can actually play with my significant other and with
Yeah.
the extra controller, with the Pro controller on our big ass HD screen TV, and it turns it into the ultimate,
The
Contra 3
the best
experience.
way to experience it. And for everyone that always bitches about like virtual console prices, it's a hell of a lot cheaper than investing in a frame meister and going through all that bullshit to run like your actual consoles on HD. That stuff
Oh,
can
you're
get
damn
very
right.
steep. I would much
You're
rather
damn
pay
right.
a $10 for an Earthbound. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but yeah, I got into the Wii Virtual Console. I thought it was awesome because I didn't have a lot of retro stuff even back then. I have more now than I did, but playing stuff like Ninja Gaiden, which I hadn't really touched since childhood, to play it in like '06 and the first time in a while was cool. But I'm also like you, Tannen, but just maybe a year and a half behind. I was also a little bit of a late bloomer picking up the Wii U. I didn't get it till about mid 2014. When I did get it, it was one of the pack-ins with Super Mario 3D World. So that's the first game I actually played for the Wii U. I've actually never played New Super Mario Wii U. New Super Mario U. I've never played that one. But
Oh, really?
I do
I got a copy of it. You got to come over and play it. It's fucking badass.
sounds
It's
gravy.
an awesome game. It's an awesome first title. Definitely an awesome first title. Our first party
Launch.
thing to
Yeah.
be on there. And also like Smash Brothers. Come on now. Every time there's a Smash Brothers, it's like that's gonna boost the system. That definitely did it too.
Well, yeah.
But again, we're talking these first party games that I mean, now I'm getting online and playing Smash Brothers. But I really feel like I'm late in the game because I'm getting my ass terribly kicked. Whereas if I would have gotten it at launch, maybe I would have a little bit more of a chance.
Well, in
Um,
a way, but
I
I
went
mean,
ahead and
Smash Wii U, and this may be controversial, is the best Smash in my opinion. It's completely fluent. I'm telling you, man.
melee,
No.
melee, you motherfucker, melee.
Everything is just
Yep.
overhauled and upgraded to pretty much perfection in the newest Smash. I can't hate anything about it really. Maybe like the exclusion of classic characters we wanted and milking the
And
shit
lack
out
of
of
storyline, and
milking
milking
the
the
shit
shit out
out of
of
our tits.
DLC.
Yes, exactly, for the DLC. That was ridiculous. But there's a lot that changed with Amiibos, man. Let's start right away. The Amiibo craze was I don't want to say phenomenon, but it was popular. You know what I mean? It caught on. It did.
Well,
Everyone loved shelf candy, but they did totally rip off Skylanders and shit at the same time.
at the same time, but like, look, Disney did the same shit. So,
Well,
like, can you
they
blame
fell on their
them?
ass though. I
And,
mean,
and yeah, Disney fell on their ass to the point where they're like, we're not going to do it anymore. Lego's still surviving,
yeah.
but like at the end of the day, Amiibos are still running strong. Whereas Skylanders is even dying. For kids want fucking Amiibos. So, and they made it where like it digresses other games.
Yeah.
So that is a extremely awesome kind of concept that Nintendo actually did do,
But
where it's just like, oh,
did they have enough
mm,
meat in the actual Amiibos? And my answer is no. I mean, you say for kids, every Amiibo my kids have ever gotten, they use what they could get out of them, and then they legit are shelf candy and collect dust. Like, there's nothing else to really do with them. That was disappointing.
which sucks. Well, here's another thing that sucks too is I want to keep my Amiibos in the package, but I can't run them because they have that electro like magnetic like fucking
Yeah.
film
Yes.
on the bottom of them, so I have to take my amiibos out of the package. Like I still have my 25th anniversary Pixel Mario, still in the package. I'm not using them. You know why?
I don't blame you.
Fuck you. I'm not taking them out of the fucking package.
No
like
reason to, really. I mean,
know.
extra stuff in Super Mario Maker, but I mean, come on, it's not really worth it for extra little sound
Well,
effects.
and he looks so cool in the package. I just want to keep him
Exactly.
in there.
Exactly. And,
Um,
think 5 to 10 years from now with that, it's going to go for because everything always goes up,
yeah, it's like having a really nice action figure. So thanks,
But,
but
Tannen,
yeah,
right off the
yeah.
bat, let me put you on the spot because I'll fire right back because I already know what my answer is. What is your favorite Wii U game since the entire thing saw night and day?
Mario Kart 8.
Yeah. I would say for an overall package, I would have to say Mario Kart 8 as well. Smash Brothers is up there. Splatoon, though, for me, is neck and neck at my top. The only reason Splatoon doesn't get it is because they ended the Splatfests way too early. They could have got so much more steam out of that. People really liked those. I liked them. When it stopped, it gave a lot less reason to play because, and plus, just the level cap, it never expanded. I mean, at first it went from like 25 to 50, but then it went to 50. That was like late 2015, and it's never. I mean, they could have at least given us 99. You know what I mean? For God's
Mm.
sakes. Yeah, those are my go-tos. So many overlooked, underrated games that had the
Well,
misfortune of having that Wii U stink on it. You know what I mean?
even underrated like third party games. I
Yes.
bring up Arkham Origins, but Arkham City. Uh, what edition was it called? I don't know. Arkham City Fueled Edition or something like
Yeah.
that. That actually was the integrations that they did with that were really good. You had Most Wanted, Need for Speed Most Wanted. Holy crap! That brought Need for Speed Most Wanted on a whole other level. Um,
Yeah.
I still claim that that's probably one of the best versions of Need for Speed Most Wanted that I've ever played. Um, and then you also go on into your HD versions with these are first party, but
Wind
HD
Waker.
versions of your Zeldas.
Wind
Wind
Waker
Waker
was
was
phenomenal.
Wind Waker was beautiful, but hey, I got my hands on
Twilight.
finally got to be playing Twilight, and dude, Twilight hands down beats the shit out of Wind Waker. I like Wind Waker and all, but man, at the end of the day, like Twilight is definitely a better game to me. And also though, they did do a good update on that one. Um, I mean, you still have your third party games, and some of them are fun. Like we've got Pac Man World. Uh, that one is okay. Some of the Lego games actually work a little bit
Yes,
better
I
with
was
the
going to
Wii U
say
because
because of my kids, I own all the Lego games for Wii U, and I gotta say, from Jurassic Park to The Hobbit, everyone I've played is the best version you can play. Would probably be the Wii U because of. I understand PS4 and shit, it's on there too, but just and a big thing we haven't talked about that the Wii U introduced. If like you have a girlfriend or your kids and they want to watch something on TV and you want to play, you can play on your gamepad for most games,
yeah.
not all games.
But it's not just that with the Lego with Lego you can focus on that one player while everybody else goes off and does their shit. Like
Exactly. It's
there's
a whole
still
new
that element
experience.
there.
And I don't know
It
about
is.
you, but I've never ever been a big fan of split screen anything in any game, so it takes away that whole nuisance for me. So, and I loved it. Tannen, for the most part,
While you're still in the while you're still in the same room though, not to go back, but still while you're
yes,
still in the same room, like that.
yeah,
And Smash Brothers kind of did the same thing. You could use your gamepad to zoom in on your own character while everybody else is fighting it out. So it's just kind of like
the
it kind of gave you a little bit more control of your view.
I would say this is also kind of the elephant in the room. I don't think a lot of people talk about enough. The first Nintendo system since what the Virtual Boy to not get an original Zelda game for it, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh.
And that's really
Yeah.
you would think that is just in the DNA of every
Yeah.
generation of
Yeah,
Nintendo.
no, yeah, I guess this would be because GameCube definitely had its share.
They now they gave us
Even the
Hyrule
Advance
Warriors.
had one.
They gave us Hyrule Warriors,
Um,
which you're actually borrowing from me. So what real quick, what do you think about what you've played so far?
with Hyrule Warriors.
Yes.
Well, first off, it's not canon.
Nope.
Nintendo even claims it's not canon,
It may as
not
well be
canon at
fan
all.
fiction. Yeah.
Uh, um, it's really great to have a hack and slash kind of action game like this. I do like the storyline to it. It is pretty awesome. A lot of the characters that are involved, it's kind of an unlimited list. It's like they took Hyrule Historia and was like, let's just throw every fucking thing in there that we can.
Yeah.
Um,
Pretty much.
it's like they could have, as I'm playing it, I'm like thinking it could have been a Zelda arcade game.
Oh, totally.
If
Totally.
yeah, if they really wanted to do it like that. Am I enjoying it? Yes. Do I have to take breaks from it? Yeah, too, because I can get bored. You get bored with the hack and slash
Right.
shit.
The whole Dynasty
But
Warriors, the whole series in general gets mundane very fast for me
yeah.
too.
But at the end of the day, though, it's still a good game. It still looks awesome.
It's good.
The cutscenes are like completely fucking cool. It's not like they half-assed this title.
They didn't.
Um,
They
so
it's
like I mean,
actually very long. They give you tons of levels that you just keep unlocking, like
that's
story
almost
mode.
one of my complaints. Is just like, when does it end?
Yeah, there's so
It
many
never stops.
branching.
Like I feel like
Yeah,
going like Gilbert Godfrey about it. Like I can't stop playing this. But
fucking Iago here.
who actually just turned 64 today. Happy birthday,
hap-
Gilbert
Happy
Godfrey.
birthday, Gilbert Gottfried, yelling it at little orphan redheaded bad kids.
Yeah, yeah, little brat, yeah, little Hyrule, whatever. But like, when it comes down to it, though, Hyrule Warriors is a good game, though, and it's definitely, you can't get it for it. That was an exclusive.
Yeah,
If you're a Dynasty Warriors fan, if you're a Dynasty Warriors fanatic, and I have met some Dynasty Warriors fanatics, it's just like,
I
yep,
used to
well,
be.
you're gonna have to buy a Wii U because you're not going to be able to play that on PlayStation.
Fucking Lubu, man.
Sorry.
Back in the day, General Lubu or whatever is my guy. Um, yeah, I don't think a lot of the main IPs got an actual like true besides Donkey Kong, which got Tropical Freeze, which is excellent, one of my favorite Wii U games. You did kind of with Yoshi's Woolly World, you could maybe say that's a Yoshi's Island, but not really because Yoshi's Island would
That's a
be
different take. Like it was
yeah.
like they were trying to get that kind of and I hate to say it, but a Little Big Planet look to it to
Well,
like go ahead and go in with the woolly shit.
speaking of Little Big Planet, you dabbled in mentioning it earlier. A lot of people may be shocked that our favorite game for the Wii U wasn't Mario Maker. I gotta say, Mario Maker is I own it. It's
Mario.
tremendous. It's very fun, but something about it for me, I got bored with it very quick. Not like I had to play it. Like I could play it for a long time, but I have to put it down for like maybe a week or so before I pick it up. Something about it, like I don't want to
It took
invest in
me a
making it work.
while to get bored with it, and one of my things was, especially when you get into the Wii U Mario mode, is that there's not cooperative play.
That
Um,
and the fucking lack of more filtering out these bullshit automated levels. At least make it like another like sub route where it's all automated. Because god damn it, I just want like it's cool. That wears off in about fucking 2 minutes though, those automated levels. It's really cool. The guys, if you make them, that's awesome that you invest, but god damn, I
Oh
just want to
yeah,
play.
I appreciate the Seinfeld theme
Yeah.
thing, that whoever made that shit like that. But
Yeah.
like, no, you're right. Like, dude, like, I mean, whatever. It's Mario Paint Online in a way. I mean, shit. We even
Pretty
had the
much.
throwback with the robot was being saved.
Yes. And you have the little hidden mini game to Mario Paint where you swat the flies if like you shake the
Yeah,
yeah. I, what can you say though? I mean, for what bad games though, Tannen? Sonic Boom, holy shit! What the fuck
I,
was
I
that?
I didn't even waste my time.
My kids
Didn't
rented it from
even waste my
Redbox
time.
and they hated it immensely within seconds. It was bad, dude. Like even kids like shit on that game. Uh,
But man, like, yeah, one of my favorite Wii U moments though, Earthbound. I got to fucking and Super Mario RPG.
are you talking
I got to
NES?
actually,
NES Earthbound,
yeah,
which is also new.
on my SNES, fucking yeah, SNES Earthbound.
Gotcha.
But that and Super Mario RPG, I got to go back and revisit those games, in a way that I had always wanted to, without having to sit too close to my living room console or fester back into my cave of a room.
Plus stuff like the Minish Cap, GBA titles, 64 titles, which it's asinine. We've talked about in previous episodes how late they were to
Yes.
the party with Mario Kart 64. Like that was what, a month ago finally, right at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's like they're pumping them out so that you pump your money into it, but it's not going to be on your Switch.
Got a couple requests from some buds real quick, Tannen, because this is not one of our full length episode guys. From like my buddy Andy, Game Lifter, games they loved on the Wii U, stuff like Bayonetta, obviously, which we haven't talked
Oh
about.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. So
Tremendous, 1 and 2, both tremendous titles. Also the Wonderful 101, which I never played. So if you played this game, Tannen, have at it.
yeah, I have not played it. I
Uh,
should check it out. I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Check out Game Lifter at Game Lifter on Twitter and at Castle Zots. So thank you guys, Andy and Game Lifter. Tannen, Xenoblade Chronicles, for one, we haven't even like gleamed on it all. A lot of people like, this all about the graphics crowd that shit on the Wii U. A lot of people slept on how beautiful Xenoblade Chronicles X was for the Wii U. It really was. My only complaint about that game, as much as I like it, it's really fetch questy, and some of the voice acting is just fucking brutal. Titus levels at times.
It is, and I mean, like as I even started playing it, like I had to get into I had to actually get out of Mass Effect 3. Mass Effect 3 on the Wii U was another game that I played.
Yeah.
Hey, third party. And instead of all my shit being transferred over to, I had to go. We've talked about this before. This graphic novel-esque thing to realign my storyline. Another but I really feel like Xenoblade Chronicles is a much larger game than
Have
what
you
Mass Effect 3 even is,
Have you
as
ever
far
gotten your
as
actual Skell? Did you get your mech yet? Did you ever beat that game?
no, like
Oh man, because
it
it
was,
busts
dude,
wide open once you get it. It
3 weeks
really
ago, life handed me the Wii U. Like
does.
with all these games, and also life also handed me fucking oh Jesus. See, it's so many titles like to remember, but you know
Overwatch. Somebody got Overwatch,
yeah,
guys. We
yeah,
haven't even mentioned it,
Overwatch.
and we've yet to fucking
Overwatch and,
play
and,
it.
and the same package. Like everything got dropped on me all at once, and all I really wanted to play was Twilight Princess,
Yeah,
and anything Zelda related because we're like in this
dude. No,
countdown world
I'm the
of
same way. I'd
Zelda.
much rather buy a I just bought fucking Final Fantasy VII on PS4. And I bought Witcher 3 and I've been playing 7 more. Maybe it's because I've been playing Skyrim remastered so much to jump right to Witcher 3 because the fucking mechanics are so different. I just couldn't get into it yet. I need to put Skyrim down
Yeah.
for a while. You know what I'm saying? But
Wow.
I get
So,
it.
so wait, how is 7 though? Like as
Um,
far as what
it's
an
7.
HD?
It's
Yeah.
it's it's 7. The sprites are rounded off and not jaggedy and ugly. They're not as muddy. Everything's just, cleaned up. But it's 7.
And on your big screen TV because
And
like it's so standard.
on
It's
my
so
huge
standard now.
telly. Yeah.
Do you remember when it was like when we were kids and it was just like, man, you got a 32-inch screen in your living room, and now it's just like, God, you got a 50-inch? Like that's so standard. Like what the fuck?
I know, man. It's crazy. I
Uh,
remember playing 7 back in the day in fucking middle school on like a fucking 14-inch TV. So come
oh
at me
yeah, hell yeah,
for
hell yeah.
hours, hours. But yeah. Uh, where were we?
On
Let's wrap up
mono,
the Wii U
on
because we still have a game of
mono.
the week. Let's give our little
Yeah.
salute each. We'll give our little parting words on our thoughts of the Wii U before we get to our game of the week, Tannen. Your reflections, your time with the Wii U. What did you think of this run, this generation from Nintendo, and what would you grade it at the end of the day?
I'd still give it an A. But does that mean like kind of like, oh, Nintendo's in the class, like, let's go to participation. I still give it an A. We spent so much hours playing the Wii U. I was actually looking at my like charting map of how much it was used, especially during last winter. Um, and it served its entertainment value. I mean, beyond. Um, it's
Got more than you expected out of it, you would say.
I did. Like I'd feel bad for giving it less than an A. Its backwards compatibility also just adds to it. I have a shit ton of Wii library that I can like just throw in there and still play.
Yeah.
I can't really watch movies on it, but I tell you what, the Wii U was the first one that I threw my Amazon account on it, and when like my significant other Karen is trying to sleep, I have watched Star Wars,
Yeah.
The Force Awakens,
I have
with headphones on my little screen.
I have a Roku player,
Um,
PS4, all that shit, but my preferred, my opinion right now, the best way to watch Netflix and stuff is on your Wii U because of the convenience of the touchpad. That's the way we all watch everything right now. So
if you're a pervert too, try it out on porn. It actually works pretty well.
just don't
Um,
mess up your gamepad, guys. I will
yeah,
say that. Those
don't
fuckers,
mess up your gamepad.
if you break your gamepad, get ready to shell out
That's
like
it.
$90 for a
Yeah,
new one.
no, that's it. Do not fuck up your gamepad.
That was
Like,
another thing Nintendo really dropped the ball on, accessibility of replacing the gamepads and making them a little more.
and you think the Switch is going to be anything new?
I've said it since day one. They announced those tiny, teeny fucking controllers. Just watch. People are gonna come out with pitchforks. This shit's gonna.
It's
Everyone
not
is.
just going to be It's not just going to be the controllers. What about the screen itself? Oh
I
my
hope.
god!
I hope that the listeners, you, Karen, anyone affiliated, has brought plenty of popcorn. Because, like we said, we are days away recording this. Everyone is so excited right now for the Switch. Just wait about a month from now when shit starts. Like people start losing it and don't want to take responsibility and blame it on. Watch the people come out with pitchforks, and it's going to be a shit show, and I'm going to enjoy watching it. The hypocrites will be out in full force. But personally, for me, I've met so many awesome people all over the country due to Splatoon. This is going to sound cheesy. Some of the people that I played that shit religiously in my squad, shout out to Kelly Moon, who was on the Hard to Name podcast as a guest before. People like that gave me the encouragement to actually start having the balls to do something like Hibiki TMD in first place. So I have to honestly thank the Wii U in a way for giving what we're doing right now to everyone. Like,
Oh, that access.
so yeah,
That's awesome.
definitely a for me. So much goodness. It's the popular thing for the hipsters and the PC elitist snobs to hate on is the Wii U. But once you get one and actually invest in it and give it a fucking chance, you're gonna be blown away by it. Kiddie games. I always go. Everyone says kiddie games. This next generation, I'm telling you right now. Just talked to our good buddy Gary, who we haven't said sucks in a while. He really doesn't suck, but we agreed might as well go PC instead of getting a PS4, but or an Xbox because everything's on. But you can say Nintendo always finds a way to innovate and draws me in for some reason. I'm always maybe I'm a fanboy, maybe I'm not. It doesn't really care. The games are fun. Yes, they are shitheads. What they do in the past, their track record, their marketing fucking sucks. If we grade the marketing on the Wii U, we'd get an F minus. Let's be real. But
Yeah.
yeah, get it now.
Minus, but like
Get
as far as like when you own it, man, this is a joy system. And the thing is too is here's what I find about the Wii U. I really think it's just going to go up in value at this point.
I'm
It's not going
saying,
to go down. There'll be a period where it does,
get it now
and
though.
then it's just going to skyrocket because people are going to want more Wii U shit.
I ain't letting go of shit, and I have a plethora of Wii U stuff. So there's a
God
couple games
damn
I need to
right.
get. I need to get Captain Toad, certain games like that. Which you did just get. Also, I need to get games like that, but I don't know if I even want to
Yeah,
get stuff.
I haven't even put that in my system. I should let you borrow it.
You know what? The deceptiveness of the Wii U's library. There's games we haven't even touched on, like Star Fox Zero. Which say what you want. I'm sure we've talked about before, but there's other games we could still go with. But that's it. Wii U, I salute thee. You did your job. You did what you could. It wasn't your fault that nobody showed you off well. They took you out to the dog show and didn't shampoo you, let you roll around in the mud.
Especially with Star Fox Zero. No, I played the demo. They fucked up on it bad.
Yeah, it wasn't really well received.
The
Guard,
graphics were awesome.
Star
Oh my
Fox Guard
god!
though,
But
I do kind of want to check out Star Fox Guard because it seems interesting because it's different. Metroid didn't ever see anything either on the Wii U. Something we didn't talk about either. But
no,
there you have it,
not
guys.
once.
That's our
Not
Wii
even a
U.
remaster.
And now we're on to the Switch, Tan, and it's the Wii U is gone from here on out. The next time we record, the Switch will be upon thee. We are
No,
going to
the next
be
time the next time we record, we're going into the Breath of the Wild with one last Wii U title,
yes.
and
Well,
I'm going to have it.
but technically,
As I
you know.
said earlier, I'm not saying goodbye to the Wii U yet.
But I mean, as far as like anything newsworthy we could ever report, as far as on the reset button, Wii U, we salute thee. So, but Tannen, enough of that. Let's not get depressed because there's no more Wii U goodness. Our game of the week, I don't know if you hated it or loved it.
There
It's a
still is. God damn it! I have a full game. I have a full game. I have a full game coming to me, still to talk about on the Wii U. So, like, stop it with this. Like, we're putting it to rest. It's not till the end of the week we put it to rest.
all right, all right.
Like, I'm fucking telling you, and maybe for a couple weeks even. Like, I'm going to
Fine.
explore
I
this
will
shit.
go to the pet store and I'll buy 2 doves and I'll throw them in the air and I'll resurrect the fucking Wii U and we'll talk about it. So,
Thank you.
all
Thank
right,
you.
no problem.
Jesus. Well, a couple of orphans. You gotta throw in orphans there, too.
Tannen's coming to pitchforks with me and he doesn't even have a fucking Switch yet. Look at this. Look at this guy.
I don't have a Switch yet. I'm defending my Wii U right now, though.
Speaking of pitchforks and getting pissed, did our game of the week piss you off, Tannen? Because I have a feeling it might have. What was it?
Mm-mm.
It didn't.
It was Solstice.
Solstice for the NES, released in 1989.
I could never think of a follow-up better to Wizards and Warriors than this game. This was this was just this was like a Wizards and Warriors taken into a different perspective. I feel like.
Well, it's a weird game. It's a funny little game. It tries to be a lot of different things. Sometimes it pulls it off okay. Sometimes it falls flat on its ass. It's like an isometric puzzler platformer / RPG / Wizards and Warriors feeling because of the music is so badass. That's the best thing about this game is the music. It's incredible. It's fucking incredible. I can't stress enough how good the music is on this game, guys. You need to check it out, Tannen. I'm pretty sure you liked it as well. If you're into Wizards and Warriors.
Yeah, I loved it. It's up there with Wizards and Warriors music. Like, to me, like, I was blown away by it. Like, I was like, holy shit.
I would say it's better.
But also
honestly,
the grab.
But
the grabbing of objects and the different things that they did, and like just the different, but like the puzzler aspect of it.
Well, you know who the composer was? The legend himself, Tim Fallon, who's done so much good shit. He was incredible in his prime. Shout out to Tim Fallon. Maybe if I remember the editing, I'll put a picture of him up. But this was done by Software Creations. Like we said, it's an isometric hybrid of a game. Pretty much the plot is you're Shadax the warrior. Now, I don't know if you actually looked at the cover of this game, Tannen, but this is like the most steroid-filled fucking wizard I've ever seen. Like, he's ripped. He's got like a 26-pack. Like, it's insane, dude. Like, but anyway, he totally doesn't look like that in the game, by the way. He looks like a little hobbity.
He looks like a mage
Gandalf
from like Final Fantasy or something.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Is what it reminded me of.
Little stubby guy. But his name's Shadax, and he sets out to save the princess through tons of hair-pulling, fucking no mercy type platforming. Some of it's pretty brutal as far as difficult. The farther you get, biggest drawback for me for this game is if you fucking die, you go back to the very beginning. So you get good at those earlier levels, but those later levels you never really, you know.
This doesn't cater to you like Wizards and Warriors did.
This is standard NES.
Like you're in it for the shit or you're fucking out. Like,
yeah,
that's
the complete opposite of Wizards and Warriors as far as holding your hand. This is kicking you in the nuts as opposed to holding your hand in a way. Tannen, what'd you think? What'd you think of the playability, the graphics, all that good stuff?
Playability, it was okay.
Slippery.
There were times that I was like, "Fuck you, game." Especially with the way that platforming worked. With
I thought you said it didn't make you mad. What are you talking about?
It kind of did, but at the same time, it didn't. Like, your timing was a big part of this game.
Yeah.
And if you didn't have the timing right, you were like, oof.
It's pixel for pixel.
And there's a lot of fucking spikes.
It's Spike City. It really is.
It is just like, like your biggest enemy is spikes.
The game should just be called Spikes. It really should, instead of Solstice.
Spikes versus the wizard.
Yep.
But
very slippery though. I agree.
Huh?
A very slippery game playability wise. I was agreeing with you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could be like, "Ooh, I'm going to get it," and there's no like the platforms aren't dissolving; they just disappear and move, and it's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
But I did like the fact that it involved a lot of foreign objects.
Did.
that you could use that were different abilities for you.
Little bit of lack of creativity on some of the. There's like actual cylinders and like actual kindergartner shapes.
Yeah.
Like that was a little.
Here's a ball. Here's a ball.
Yeah.
Just use this ball.
Straight out of fucking Fisher Price or something. I don't know. It felt out of place. And plus they made them fluorescent green and
you're
shit.
playing with like a Fisher Price little person in a land of spikes.
Fisher
and a bunch of
Spikes.
shit.
Fisher the Wizard. I don't know. Fucking
Fisher Spikes, you know, is what you're gonna be getting on this one.
Have you ever seen this game come in at the shop ever?
Never. No. I did actually acquire some new NES games though, but I want to share them to you before I say what I got.
Oh, cool. Tannen, would you recommend Solstice for the NES at the end of the day?
Sure. Yeah, at the end of the day, I would. Like, you know, especially if you're a ROMer or if you're a collector, why not?
Could do much worse.
Yeah. I've played worse. This was entertaining. So I was entertained, and it kept me occupied.
This game suffers from that classic syndrome of games had on the NES that were Castlevania 3-ish in a way because they were really good, but they were so fucking hard. Like they would legit put you in the worst mood. So it has its pros and cons.
Well, because you can get so far, and at the end of the day, fuck you.
Kick to the nuts.
Fuck you at the end of the day.
Shadow kick,
like
Johnny Cage style, right to your nuts.
You just
That's
the
game.
You just get fucked like all of a sudden. So
Solstice.
That's what
get
it comes
fucked.
down to.
Yeah, that's the
Solstice.
sequel.
Yeah, Solstice, go fuck yourself.
I would also recommend adding it too. So if you're a collector, pick it up. If you're a casual gamer, it's gonna piss you off, and you're probably not gonna hate on it. You're not gonna probably respect it for the history and like we said, Tim Fallon and the music and stuff. So I wouldn't recommend it to a casual. I'd grade it a solid 7. I think the only reason I'd give it a 7 is because of the music. It would have got a 6.5 or 6 playability wise.
I'm more like a 6.7. The music really saved it. The objects saved it too. Some of them made me laugh, as we talked about.
Yeah.
Lots of balls. Just a balls and spikes type of game, man. And I really wish I would have seen the front cover too to give it a judgment, but that's what it is.
Well, we do have a request for our game of the week next week, Tannen, but it's going to be hard to fit in the Breath of the Wild.
I'm sorry, because our game of the week is Breath of the Wild.
Oh, there you have it. So, Scott, we will get to Kenshin on the Sega Master System in 2 weeks, but next week's Breath of the Wild exclusive episode, just like this was our Wii U episode. Tannen, we made it, man. You're not saying goodbye, but I'm gonna respect the Wii U for what it was. Speaking of respect, thank all you guys so much. We just hit 1 year on Slam Pigs the other day, Tannen. That was awesome. We're getting so much feedback. I haven't actually made this announcement on anything, so let me be the first to welcome 2 more members under the Hibiki TMD umbrella. Peach BBW or Portrait Machine Queen, who is our new artist here, and I'll send you a message of the artwork she's working on. All you, me, and Michael from Slam Pigs. So we're gonna have new logos, new art. So that's super exciting. And Jen Bravo, who is really super cool chick. She's local in Pennsylvania, but a couple hours up north, but she's super nice and she really wants to get into podcasting. So we're gonna help her out, get her off the ground, and she's gonna guest maybe in the future. So we'll see what's going on with that. But welcome to Hibiki TMD. Thank all you guys. Follow me on Twitter at the Hibiki TMD. Tannen, the next time you and me, my friend, at O'Tannen's Bum, by the way, talk, it's go time, baby. It is crunch time. It's juicy. Juicy.
It's Breath of the Wild. We've waited so long for this. We've been talking about it. There's a countdown. I mean, it's less than 2 fucking days.
We're there.
I gotta work a full shift tomorrow, and then I gotta fucking, I don't know. I'm gonna be cleaning my house or something the next day to get to get ready for what's going on. We're gonna be. I say we go to the midnight. I'm going to the midnight, and we're gonna get it. We're gonna put it on.
Possible new video up this week. We're gonna be at the midnight release of it, so we're gonna film it. We're gonna check it out, and we're gonna make sure you guys witness the hassle we went through probably of lines and whatnot. So
Mm.
there you have it, my man Tannen. Thank you, my friend, for trudging through. It's very late and I had a long day, but I always appreciate it, man. I'm excited. I'm more excited that you're excited about Breath of the Wild than myself personally, because you're so much more of a Zelda fan than I am.
Well, you keep saying goodbye, Wii U, goodbye, and I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna get a copy of this. You're gonna be like, I need to have this. So it's just like, why are you saying so long to something that you know for a fact it ain't gonna end yet?
Oh, I'm
And
gonna get it. Yeah, you're right. Like I said.
yeah.
All about throwing me under the bus for saying goodbye to the Wii U this week.
Yeah, I just don't know why you'd be like goodbye. Go get a Switch and then say goodbye to your Wii U, and you're still probably gonna be like, oh, let's play my Wii U. So, Splatoon 2 isn't out yet. I need my Wii U.
I'm not. Yeah, preferably I wouldn't get it till the summer when Splatoon 2 drops, but that's neither here nor there. Till next week, guys. Breath of the Wild episode. You gotta catch it. Tannen is gonna be just ectoplasming all over the place. For Tannen and myself, it's the reset button, episode 13. Let's hit it, Tannen.
Reset button.
Hey, you dirty fucking pigs. Mike here from the Slam Pigs Podcast, reminding you once again to check us out on Twitter, whether it be the Slam Pigs Podcast, whether it be me at Mike the Slam Pig, or whether it be our sister show, The Reset Button. Check us out. Also, you can find us on Facebook at the Slam Pigs Podcast or The Reset Button. And as always, make sure you check us out as a whole on Hibiki TMD. Until we see you next time, oink oink.